This administration is complicit in the trafficking of children, in the running of narcotics across our borders that are landing in our communities. But as part of being a wife of a first responder, you see that day in, day out, and you start to see things from behind the scenes, some of the challenges they're facing. For my husband, Matt, it didn't take very long for him to start coming home and saying, man, I went to the same guy again who's overdosing. These are real issues happening in every community across America. And when he went to the same patient 3 times, overdosing on heroin and fentanyl, I started to ask questions. And he said, it's all coming from the border. It's all coming from across the border. I said, really? Now, at that time, I wasn't elected. But when I did get elected, I asked to be placed on the Homeland Security Committee, because that is the committee of jurisdiction that controls the border. And my thought process was, well, if we can secure the border, that means national security, but it also means protecting our hometowns. Because I see it from the perspective of a local first responder. How can you possibly protect your hometowns if you cannot defend the homeland? Every town in America is a border town today, and I tell that to you from a position of both experience, having been to the border multiple times, but also seeing the direct effects in my own backyard. Just a few weeks ago, I took 6 of our sheriffs to the border. We stood on the banks of the Rio Grande and watched as coyotes ferried people over, not by the dozens, but by the hundreds. Border Patrol, National Guard, Texas DPS, Department of Public Safety, they all stood there because they have orders to stand down. They are a welcoming committee. And to me, that is unacceptable. As I watched, thank you. As I watched a coyote, a member of the cartel, who I found out later is actually an American working for the cartels, I watched him dangle a 2-month-old child over a raft, threatening to throw the child in the river if we didn't back off. But what was being told to me by the National Guard was that it was a decoy, because 100 yards to my right and 100 yards to my left, they were running drugs. The children, the family units, they're all a decoy. And I tell this often to the media. It is a great day in America if you're a member of the cartel. It is a great day because this administration is complicit in the trafficking of children, in the running of narcotics across our borders that are landing in our communities. And when I tell these stories, people ask me, well, what do we do? I say we fight back. We say no. We shut it down. And we expose the hypocrisy of this administration and all those that support an open border policy. Because let me tell you something. You do not have a sovereign nation if you do not have secure borders. Let me repeat that. You do not have a sovereign nation if you do not have secure borders.